Prince Harry decided to quit the British monarchy, go away thousands of miles, and hopefully he thought, well, wouldn't be forgotten. Well, seemingly it's him that doesn't want to be forgotten, but by who? As a senior member of the British monarchy. Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to see you today. Yes, it is, of course, lovely to welcome all those brand new subscribers. And this particular story as well, by the way, I don't know about you, but I do find these sort of stories very heartwarming because it just proves, doesn't it, that there's nothing stronger when you think about it than family, close friends, relations. You know, you can move halfway around the world and, you know, I've got lots of friends, for instance, who moved over to Australia and Canada and New Zealand, but they do sort of still miss, naturally, they're very close friends that they started out with way back at the beginning of their lives. And of course it doesn't matter whether you're a member of the monarchy or not, because this of course is very difficult, particularly for someone like Prince Harry, who's had a difficult life in many respects, because it's not a normal life, is it? It's not like you and me, you know, where you just forge bonds and move on but keep in touch. He is part of a very strange, if you like, establishment, one that has looked after him all of his life, you know, through somebody getting out his clothes, through organising a diary, working out where he has to be at what time, you know, not necessarily cooking his own meals, you know, the sort of thing. A very strange existence. So, you know, for somebody to be uprooted and planted of what I call in normal life must be hard. Now, as we know, Prince Harry himself said that his life was like part Truman Show. And if you remember, he quoted the line, "I've seen behind the curtain, I know how it operates." Very damaging, wasn't it, really, when you think, because this is a family that has looked after him all of his life, you know. And yes, we know all about the tragic circumstances of him growing up, but truly, you know, people have to grow up, move on, and, you know, try and develop their own individual lives. So it comes as something of a shock to see that Prince Harry, and we tell you this exclusively, has reached out to someone that really had a big impact on him, because of course, as the favourite uncle, as he liked to be pointed out, he was the one that could be daft, play around, and of course goofball and all the usual things that normally perhaps when you're a stern father or you have to pretend to be like Prince William, then you can't simply do that. We're talking of course about Prince George, who has turned 9 years old, and more importantly of course, Prince Harry has reached out, sending him a gift and a card. Now it's going to be difficult, isn't it, because at this particular point in their lives, you know, all three Cambridge children will have a very distant memory, if any at all, in sort of part for Prince Louis, of Prince Harry, but seemingly it's something that he wants to still stay connected to. Now, could it be the fact that by reaching out to Prince George, he's hoping that perhaps his elder brother Prince William may reach out and contact back? What I've been told, and as ever we have to say allegedly, is that of course that will be acknowledged, no doubt from a personal note from Catherine, but truly they're not quite sure how to get in touch with Harry, you know, and the difficulty is whichever way you get in touch with someone, you run the risk of it being exposed in the media. So while a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, William's a little unkind, he's cut his brother off, not necessarily. You have to be very careful when you're going into uncharted waters. But it's a nice gesture to know that Prince Harry has definitely reached out, sent a card, sent a gift, and of course it still means so much to him. Wouldn't it have been nice if the same could have been done for, of course, his stepmother, Camilla? Publicly at least, it would have been very magnanimous to mention the fact of her birthday and of course acknowledge the fact that Her Majesty the Queen has acknowledged that she will become and known the Queen Consort. Seemingly not all is forgiven. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.